This is a Rogue Media Network podcast. Hello, hi there,
Hello.
there. Welcome to Bois, King of the Hill podcast. I'm Mike.
And I am Rusty.
Rusty, we are between a rock and a hard place here. We finished season 7, and then season 14 came out. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through all, because there's only 10 episodes, so we're going to go through those. You guys are able to watch them along with us. Of course, not here, but if you want to start it at the same time, great. And then you can kind of follow along. The one thing that you and I need to do, Rusty, is we did that first episode, and I think we were both kind of in awe, and we didn't really talk that much.
As much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll make sure that we
do
hey,
a little bit more commentary this time.
Here's what the most exciting thing that happened this week is we were in the Rolling Stone.
Yeah,
we were in Rolling Stone magazine, which is insane
they mentioned
to me.
It's in the Rolling Stone, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so there's about it seemed like about a 10-page article on Jonathan Joss and his entire life.
Yeah, it was a really long article,
and it was a good article. And then towards the end, of course, they mention us, and they link back to that episode where we interviewed Jonathan, and it was a thrill.
And that nice man that wrote that article about us, I told him he could come be a guest if he was interested in being one.
That'd be great. I'd love for a Rolling Stone writer to come be a guest. You know, the other guy I want to be a guest is the guy from Cracked. He, we did another another couple articles with him.
Yeah, he'd be cool to get on.
Yeah, he's a really great guy. Seems like he's very knowledgeable about King of the Hill too. And
yeah,
he runs,
big fans. Yeah, it's like again, as we go through this journey on this podcast, we discover fan after fan after fan after fan in every walk of life, from blue collar to white collar to no collar.
I'm telling you, like the journey is the absolute correct word. Because, for a long time we did this show and it was just plod, right? And then it started picking up steam and we started getting our fans or our people that want to be a part of the show with us. And then the Jonathan Joss thing, and now the entire new season. None of us could have foreseen any of this stuff.
No, not at all.
Oh, and also the Johnny Hardwick thing. I mean, being able to talk to his friends. And
all
people.
of it has been kind of a journey, and not even that. Getting to talk to Wes Archer, even though he hasn't been on the show yet, and stuff like that, and getting to interact with people that I never would have dreamed of interacting with.
I'll try to stay back from it. Black Ant says that my audio is a little poppy, so I'm going to try to stay back. Hey, on number 1, can you turn it down just a tad? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Turn it down, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down, turn it down.
I guess I won't hear the pop in my
right about
headphone,
there.
Huh?
Yeah, no, on the board it's fine.
Okay.
Artie's here. I was in a box is here, and I was panicking because you weren't here. Black Ant is here. Thank you guys for showing up at the random times that we do this.
Yeah, it's not been very consistent on time, but we're here. We're consistently here.
I'm going to tell you this. I've been in contact with somebody who knew Dale.
Yeah, Johnny
Hardwick very, very well. I'm not going to say anything more about that other than this person is very, very nice and very broken up about even watching the new stuff, because they hear the voice and it reminds them and things like that. But I've been in contact with
emotions.
I've been in contact with this person who also knows Johnny's best friend, and I'm hoping that they are able to come and share their story, because there are a lot of images, some videos, all kinds of stuff that the world has never seen that this person has. And
yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that'd be awesome to be able to get them on the show.
And that, honestly, that is a gift that and I don't want this to come across the wrong way, but it's kind of a gift that Jonathan Joss gave us. Without that interview and without that happening, that tragedy happening, I don't know that this person would have ever reached out to us. And,
yeah, absolutely.
again, I want to say that I am so happy that we were able to talk to that man before he was gone, and again, really liked the guy and thought it was a real, I don't know if blessing's the right word or whatever, but it was an honor to talk to him and to learn his story. And it's an honor and a privilege to be the last ones that were able to talk to him. And I'm just so glad that the interview went the way it did. And I know I've said all this before, but every week it kind of comes crashing back,
Yeah.
Thank you. I was in a box says that it doesn't come off wrong. And I do appreciate that. And we don't ever want that to happen. We love and respect all of these people that are on these shows. And,
for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part.
For sure.
Who do we not love and respect?
I don't know. I'm sure there's somebody.
That one damn grip.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure there's one of them that has like some fucked up dark past that we don't know about. So,
Well, I mean, Cotton did kill 50 men. So
they killed 50 men.
All right, so here we go, guys. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn this up a little bit. There's a very good.
Introduce it before we go into it.
There's a very good possibility that it gets taken down, but we'll see.
It should make it. Yeah, it should make it.
As
long as you don't listen to it too loud.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Hey, the other thing I really enjoy, and I don't think I pointed this out yet, is that the Refreshments did a secondary version.
It's Billy Strings.
Well, yeah, but it's the Refreshments at the end as well.
Yeah.
And so
the picking at the end is Billy Strings.
Yeah,
it's cool. Well, that's the thing is that, and I think that's what, like, I was just thinking to myself, and we're going to talk more about it on our Friday episode. But I was just thinking to myself, they made this perfect for this generation.
They did.
They did so many things marketing wise, and they did so many things, just small little things in the show or whatever, just real subtle things like Billy Strings being at the end. And Billy Strings right now he's a hot, blues, and he does like blues and bluegrass, and I don't know. I think that's we're going to talk more about it. Like I said on Friday, but I think that kind of just shows how much they paid attention in making the show.
I just watched the one with the Black Barbershop, where Bill pretends that Peggy's his wife.
That one was pretty fucking funny.
It's a good episode, and what I was amazed at is they say the word black many, many times.
Yeah.
And it never comes across as, well, those black people or anything like that. It's always very respect. Hank walks in and he makes friends almost immediately. He shows respect and gets respect and that sort of thing. And I thought that was really cool, the way that they're handling that. And then also the thing with the ethical non-monogamy.
That was pretty funny too.
I think everybody thought that was going to be like super woke.
I think it's funny how they shit on it.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They show both sides of it, which is amazing.
Yeah.
So this show, and we'll talk more about this on Friday. I found a Reddit thread talking about this show, and it's pretty amazing. Yeah, it was a really good episode.
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all
right,
good.
give us a breakdown here.
Yeah, so this is going to be season 14, episode 2. This is the beer story. So this is reminiscent of roses and all kinds of different competitions that Hank and Bobby competed in over the years. It kind of alludes back to that from the original run of the series.
Yeah.
But they compete over a home beer brewing competition where Hank just wants a simple alley beer, and then Bobby wants one of these hoppy, newfangled IPAs and stuff like that. So, and then Boomhauer bonds with his stepson over non-alcoholic beer. So this show is there's a lot of old people that are attached to it that have been a part of the show for a really long time.
I'm going to do something while you're talking about that.
Yeah. There's been a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of people that are attached to the show that were attached to the show forever ago. I mean, of course, you got all the voice actors and actresses and stuff like that. But some of the people that are on the behind-the-scenes stuff, like some of the crew of developing the show. One of them that stuck out to me was Norm Hiscock. He was one of the writers. He actually was the main writer for this episode. But this one, you see multiple directors. You see Wes Archer as the supervising director, but then he has 2 other additional directors who are new to King of the Hill and not been around for I say not been around for too long. Amanda Bell has been around since Rocket Power. She was a part of 34 episodes of Rocket Power as just an additional crew member. But she also produced 159 episodes of American Dad.
Norm Hiscock has been a comedian for a very long time and very, very funny guy. Paul 3, thanks for being here. He says season 14, or they say season 14 is incredible. Artie also says it's been confirmed. Chain is a pretentious prick.
Yeah, and then one of the co-executive producers is Anthony Del Brocolo, and he was a part of the original series too. There's a couple of these guys that are producers that were attached to the original series.
If I had to pick one thing that does throw me off a little bit, it is Chain's dad's voice.
Chain Wasanasong's dad's voice?
Yeah, it's
a little
weird.
different.
Ted Wasanasong does not sound like Ted Wasanasong. And I understand that Dale doesn't really sound like Dale, but he sounds like an older version of Dale.
Yeah.
You know?
And
Boomhauer's way too understandable.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
other than that, we're good.
And then the last director lady is Annie Lee, and she really doesn't have that long of a history. She worked on Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur in the art department. If you know anime, you know that's what that is. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Anime always has weird names.
I like the name Devil Dinosaur though. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, she was a storyboard artist on The Adventures of Puss in Boots. Worked on Big Hero 6 the series, Kung Fu Panda, DC League of Super Pets. So yeah, the people that they've had have they've got some new talent, they've got some old talent, and I like the fact that they keep the old talent in there because the old talent keeps it rooted, but the new talent gives it that pop for this generation of people.
You know, the other thing that I was thinking last night as I was watching, I thought, 10 episodes is right about perfect for this show.
I think so.
Especially these days, because you don't have to wring it all out. You don't have to push it and have those filler episodes and things like that. So I'm very happy with the 10. If they can just keep doing 10, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, well, back then they had to do, almost half a year worth of shows.
What's that network
do
20,
stuff? 23. It's almost half a year.
Networks always wanted to squeeze one more episode.
I don't know. I'm greedy. I wish they had 20.
Well, we'll get another 10.
Yeah, I hope we get another 10, and then I hope we get another 10, and then I hope we get another 10.
I just want them to be a solid 10.
I hope we get
every time a solid 10.
I would love for them to go another 10 years.
Oh, yeah. Hey,
unfortunately, the ages of everybody doesn't allow them to go for much more than maybe 10.
The other one that was a great reference was King of the Grill during the episode with the rats and all of that. I think it's the same one with the non-monogamy. But when they say King of the Grill, he asked Chain about it, and he goes, "Oh yeah, that show that was on Fox that they canceled 15 years ago out of wrongly." I thought that was great. That's a wonderful thing. All right, here we go. We're going to start season 14, episode 2.
The beer story.
We will stop this thing as we go and just kind of talk about it. If you guys have comments or anything like that, please put them up as we go. And we are right now at the screen. Well, the TV turned itself off, but we were at the screen where it says Hulu Presents.
Yeah, so the TV didn't like our waiting.
Yeah, the TV didn't want to wait on us anymore.
TV said you waited too damn long.
There we go. Okay, here we go to Hulu. And by the way, thanks, Hulu. I mean, honestly, All right, I'm starting it now. Here we go.
Let's go.
Hulu presents a Hulu original.
A Hulu original.
I do love the new intro.
Yeah, I do too. I like how they include the guy that lived in Hank's house while he was gone.
It's an easy way to introduce new characters and stuff, you know?
It is. It's a very, and that's the thing that I liked about it is that how universal it is and utilitarian it is. Like you said, you could shift it, you could do whatever you want with it, but it could still have the same feel. There's his cock again.
5 a.m.
See, there's Anthony Del Bracolo.
Still waking up at 5 a.m. Nepo baby. I don't know that I would ever think that
Hank would be a
Hank was
Nepo baby. Yeah,
no.
I like that line though.
But he is so bored.
And then he measured a mug.
Yeah, he's so bored that he's measuring things again.
And then you've got the reruns of Monsieur.
I just love how she calls him Monsignor Martinez.
Oh, it's a revival.
Oh, look.
That's funny. So they go ahead, pause it real quick.
Yeah.
So they made a Monsieur Martinez revival.
Yeah. It's a revival
but
inside a revival.
Son avenging. It's his son avenging his dad's death. Okay.
Yeah, it's a revival.
That's the subtle stuff that I like. That's the kind of subtle. That's the subtle stuff.
It is cool. They've done a really good job. Do you want to keep up with the comments over there just in case?
Yeah, I've got them up right here.
Because Paul put something in.
Yeah, so many people complained about the animation before the season. It's a complete non-factor to me. Yeah, the animation really doesn't bother me either. I used to watch Flash animation on Newgrounds.com as a kid. I used to watch stick figures fight each other, so on stickfights.com. So this right here, this type of animation doesn't really affect me because I've watched so much animation. I've watched early rotoscope animation all the way to the stuff that we have nowadays. Yep. This is a cheap way to give us good quality comedy. It is a little cheaper process for them, but it allows them to give us a good product either way.
This show has always been about
it's not bad. The one issue I had was the size of Peggy's feet. Other than that, I really don't have any issues. Yeah, there's one scene where you can see her feet, and her feet look like a toddler's feet.
Yeah, well.
Other than that, that's the only thing that was off model that I didn't like. Everything else is just like they've got the right amount of jowl for everybody. Like all the older, they made them look older really well.
Peggy does look quite a bit older.
Hank has a couple more lines in his forehead.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit of the jowl thing going on.
Well, even Boomhauer, we were commenting on the fact that Boomhauer didn't look any older, but he really does in the show because he's just got more lines in his face and he's slowed down a little bit.
They did do a deeper age confirmation, though. Saladin Patterson said, or is it Peterson or Patterson? I want to say it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said all Rusty is worried about is Peggy's feet. He had said that Hank was 41 when the show ended on paper. So he said that Hank right now is in his mid-50s.
So he would be 56-ish.
Ish.
That's how old I am.
Well, Hank would be about
What does that say about me?
That says that you're looking pretty good for your age compared to Hank Hill. Hank Hill's looking older than you.
Artie says Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yeah, how she says Saudi Arabia.
Every
how she says
time.
it. Yeah. Arabia or whatever she says. She says it kind of funny.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Peggy, it's subtitle. He's wishing those So I love the fact that she, no matter what language, she gets it wrong. You know, that's fantastic.
Well, she tried to learn them.
Well, she said that he's going to kill their whole family, and he's obviously on a horse just waving at Santa Claus in front of a tree.
Yeah, she tried.
And then it's not her being wrong.
No, it's not.
It's the subtitles. Hank.
Reminiscing about a job.
Hank has never been not about a job. You know, I mean, he loves to work. And
he made so much money, though.
What was his purpose? You know, it's his purpose.
You got to think of how much money he made in Saudi Arabia.
But here's the thing:
they even allude to it at one point. I'll give you a wife. Have you seen that?
Yeah, because he wanted to bring him back. Yeah.
Sorry for spoilers. There is going to be a potential for spoilers. I should
you guys have watched
I should
all
point
of these.
that out. I know everybody's probably already watched it by now, but if you haven't, there is going to be a potential for spoilers throughout because I've watched all of it and I'm going to have to refer to it.
he reminds me very much of like athletes that can't give it up, you know, like Joe Montana going to the Chiefs, you know, stuff like that. You just been working at it and doing it so long. That's all he knows, you know?
Well, that's what I like how they allude to those kind of things about how much he wants to go back to work, and then they even have the Saudi call him and is like, come back, we'll give you this, we'll give you that. You know, they're trying to offer him so many different things for him to come back to work.
All right, here we go. He wants to go back to work somehow.
And I took it for granted.
Well, you can fill in some more time by picking up a few things from me at the
Megalomart.
See, I love the fact that Megalomart is updated also. It's
Pilates, yeah.
So no matter what she's doing, she has to correct whoever it is, because now she's going to go correct her Pilates teacher.
You know what's funny about this scene here is how dead the Megalomart sign looks.
Yeah.
You remember Walmart, whenever they refaced all their stuff, it's just like one color, real plain. Everything's all like modernized. Like McDonald's used to be full of colors.
That's what I was going to bring up. McDonald's look like prisons now. They're terrible looking.
They're gray.
They're just gray and drab.
Every single one of them you used to go to would have a playground, but now it's hit or miss on which ones have play
Remember
places.
when they had Nintendo 64s in there?
Yeah, I
or
remember that.
GameCubes or whatever, and you could play and stuff. There's nothing like that anymore.
Nah, it's different for sure. It is. It's definitely.
It's a
the
depressing
colors
place.
and stuff they had in the '90s was insane.
Yeah.
Taco Bell was vibrant.
Oh, yeah.
And Taco Bell's another one of them ones that isn't as vibrant when you walk in.
Yeah.
All these places have become these modernized, corporatized hells.
I think there's a hole for that though. Like if somebody were to come out with another place that like a chain type place like that was, you know, vibrant and colorful.
Well, there are some that are pretty
stuff for kids and things.
I'll take it back. Not all of them are just that ugly ass.
The McDonald's?
Yeah, not all of them are like that.
That's
there's
because
one
they
in
hadn't gotten
Sedona.
to it yet. That's all.
Well, no, there's one in Sedona, Arizona. That
well, the one in Vegas too, the big 2-story.
Yeah, the one in Sedona is the one with the turquoise M.
Yeah.
Sedona has rules on sign height.
It's sign height and
that's the reason why Walmart is not in Sedona, because Walmart Sedona said Walmart could come in, but Walmart wouldn't come in because they couldn't have their sign 40 feet in the sky.
Artie said the Pizza Hut Pac-Man game.
Oh, Pizza Hut was a beautiful.
The sit-down Pac-Man.
Pizza Hut was a work of art. I wish I would have got. I would have wished I would have got to experience like late '80s, early '90s Pizza Hut as an adult. Because as a kid it was awesome, but as an adult it had to have been like a fucking.
By the way, let me.
You could smoke cigarettes, drink beer, eat pizza. Your kids could play on some arcade games. You had a salad bar.
You had personal pans.
You got a Marlboro Light in your hand, and you're sitting there whipping up a badass salad at Pizza Hut with a pitcher on the table. That's peak living.
We, by the way,
I don't even know what we had.
I'm going to pass this along since we talked about Pizza Hut. Every Tuesday this month, you can go get a personal pan pizza at Pizza Hut for $2.
Oh,
and you can buy up to 4 of them at a time.
For $2?
For $2 a piece.
So you can get 4 for $2 a piece. So you can get 4
for $8, which is a damn good deal these days. So please.
All the red cups from Pizza Hut. I actually have some of them.
Yesterday
was the
Whataburger thing, where all the burgers were 75 cents, and you could get a number 2 with that's Hank's favorite.
You know why? All these industries right now are taking a hit.
Oh yeah.
Not only that, they say Vegas right now is taking a massive hit.
Vegas is down by a little, close to 10%.
Yeah, they're saying Vegas is taking a massive hit.
Yeah. All right, here we go. They're at Megalomart.
Excuse me, where are the bath mats?
The white label.
The girl has not only a streak of color in her hair, which shows kind of the times, but she's got a pentagram necklace and a nose ring.
She's got the white label kitchen appliance too.
Yeah, it's just kitchen toaster.
It's Megalomart.
Looking for a bath mat.
Hey, do we have bath mats?
Check the website.
I love how the guy has to check his phone to check the website, because that's what they do at Walmart now.
We only have bathroom mats.
And they don't know what a bathroom
He still hates
mat
it though. He still hates Megalomart. That's
all right,
funny.
I do love this too, though. Now it's Snoop Dogg and Chuck Mangione.
That's what
together.
I like, because Snoop Dogg is he is since that era of that show, he has become a advertising phenom.
He's
not just the United
family-friendly
States.
now.
He's all over the
family-friendly
world.
is what it is.
He does advertisements in all kinds of languages all over the
Brew
world.
up a new hobby, Snoop, and it says "Drank responsibly, Chuck." Drank. Chuck, we miss him. And this guy points out the fact that this is not a bath mat. What?
No, I think Snoop Dogg is one of those artists that even though he advertises everywhere, he's not a sellout because he smoked weed at the Super Bowl inside of the stadium.
Sure. Well, I mean, what are they going to do to him?
He's doing everything his own way. Like, there's a lot of people who sold out, but I don't think he sold out. I think he made them adapt to him. He stayed true to himself until they had no choice.
You know,
I think he became so famous that they had no choice but to like offer him advertising deals, even though he smokes weed.
I don't necessarily anymore have a problem with people who sell out.
Well, that's the thing with Snoop Dogg is that they
Not so much.
Yeah, I don't care about weed stuff anymore. I
No,
never
I'm just
really
saying
did
people
anyway.
That sell out. I don't know.
People
You got
who
to
sell
a
out.
point and you're
Oh, yeah,
making
you
a ton
gotta
of
make
money.
You got to make money.
Uh,
The thing with Snoop
I would
Dogg
do
too, that a lot of people don't know about him is he has that youth football league, and if you go and you look at how many kids that because he's done it for a long time, he's done it for like over 20 years. If you go and look at how many kids that have been in his program that made it to the NFL, there's like 12 kids or 15 kids that are right now currently in the NFL that were like in his program as kids.
Yeah.
So he's doing some good stuff.
Says every time I go out for Mexican food, I see a Snoop Dogg cutout. I don't know where you're going, but that's great. All right, so Peggy's sitting on the couch eating gummy worms, watching the new Monsignor Martinez Jr.
Yeah.
Or Martinez. Sorry.
The telenovela.
Don't trust that nun.
Strangle you with her rosary.
All right.
The will of God has told me what my new home
The will of God.
The will
has told
of
him.
God. Yeah, I like that.
Homebrew starter kit.
That's something I never understood.
I never really wanted to do that.
The
homebrew.
Any homebrew beer I've drank always tastes like shit anyway.
Yeah.
Anybody that's like, hey, you want to taste my homebrew beer? There was
Yeah.
like guys I worked with over the years at M&M's and stuff. They would, hey man, I make this homemade wine in buckets in my garage. And I'm like, cool. He's like, well, I'll bring you some. And actually, I take that back. The wine guy, he was all right. It wasn't too bad. But any of the beer that you drink is
There was a guy
just
here
don't
in
taste that
town that
good.
made wine from like peaches and stuff, and it was pretty damn good. But that's really the only thing I've ever had like that. That and a fruit cake. I used to work with a guy from the Bahamas, and he would make this rum-soaked fruit cake, and it was very good.
That sounds good.
Other than that, I don't know. I grew up with a lot of potlucks at Baptist churches, and having to eat other people's food that you don't know what happened to it, and I just don't.
A lot of cold casseroles.
If I don't cook it, or my wife doesn't cook it, or we don't go out to a restaurant, I just don't really eat it. You know what I mean? I mean, I have to know you pretty damn well. Like my buddy Melvin, he lives up close to Dallas. They have 47 cats or whatever in the house, and I'm not eating a lot of cookies from there. You know what I mean? Because they're all covered in cat fur.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat a furry cat cookie.
I don't want that. I told him one time, like his wife makes these great, what do you call those little French cookies? The
macaroons.
Yeah, she makes these wonderful little macaroons or macaron. But I said, why don't y'all, because they're both kind of retired. I was like, why don't y'all start selling those, like at a farmer's market or something like that? He goes, well, there might be a little cat hair in them. I was like, fuck that then. I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah, I don't want cat hair.
Jeez. All right. And I do love the fact that Joseph is driving a Jeep just like his actual dad.
Yeah, I would never have so many animals that hair would be a problem.
No, I don't need that. All right, so we got Joseph and Bobby headed down the street, and they're talking about the garbage in his back seat. Bobby thinks it's his laundry. And this is where we find out that Joseph works on a road crew, and they've been digging up at Dealey Plaza.
And his dad's looking for Oliver Stone's
His dad
DNA.
wants Oliver Stone's DNA. There she is doing Pilates on the floor.
Pilates.
Next to her laptop, by the way.
Next to her laptop.
Not her
She's
iMac.
on YouTube. Come on.
Not
She's
her
on
Blueberry
YouTube.
iMac.
That's one thing that I wish they would have done, and they may reach that in the next season. Hank doing either live streaming or YouTube for repair videos.
Yeah.
Hank do repair videos would
Well,
be...
we get close in one of the episodes.
But I think it would be funny if it was like Hank doing repair videos and then it's like Boomhauer's kid recording it and editing it for him.
Oh,
or
that wouldn't be
something like
bad,
that.
yeah.
Like something along those lines. I don't
wouldn't
know.
be bad
I
at
think that's
all.
a good storyline.
All right, so Bobby's home.
If you use it, give me $10.
Bobby's home. Dude, send us some King of the Hill stuff.
Just give me a credit and give me $10.
Bobby's home. He's brought a big bag of laundry. Peggy's on the floor doing pie lattes in front of her laptop.
Oh, okay. Is your washing machine still broken? What? Oh.
Did you ever tell your mom that, like your washing machine's broken and come home with your laundry?
No.
Yeah, I didn't either. I never did that.
Hey, Dad, what is that?
A bottling wand.
I like how they just ease back into the family unit so easily.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Because it was one episode, and then hi, Dad. You know, everything's back to normal.
It's like everybody's at
Yeah.
home again. The nuclear family minus Peg or minus Luann, rest in peace.
Well, that's the other thing.
They don't really mention them.
They don't
very
mention them
often.
at all, do they?
No, they don't.
Yeah.
Which I'm not mad about it.
Huh.
There's a picture on the wall you see of Lucky and and them here in a little bit.
Okay.
I'm not sure what episode that's in.
So Peggy's telling Bobby that Hank can't figure out home bottling. Peggy Ale.
How about substitute teacher of the bear?
Now, see,
That's pretty good.
I'm not big on Peggy's ideas, but substitute teacher of the beer is actually a pretty,
That would sell with
it's
teachers.
a pretty damn good name,
Teachers,
honestly.
substitute teachers already have drinking
Yeah.
problems. That right there, would definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, we had one teacher. I think I was in probably junior high, maybe might have been high school.
Yeah.
But it was around that time frame, and she got escorted out of the school because she was drunk.
I've seen that. Yeah, that's
She smelled like liquor. Like we noticed she smelled like liquor, but we didn't give a damn. You know what I mean? We're
Already
like,
says hashtag shitty Peggy continues.
yeah.
That's
So we
absolutely
could
right.
tell that she was on the liquor, but I guess she went to lunch and she had passed by a teacher or something like that, and somebody had caught a whiff of it or something. But she was drinking coffee and she was pouring whiskey and
Oh,
coffee.
sure. Yeah.
And that's what she was doing. She was sitting there getting drunk on whiskey, drinking whiskey coffee mixers.
The we used to have a teacher that would bring in a 12-pack of Diet Dr. Pepper every single day.
And crush a whole 12-pack.
Well, I don't think it was all Diet Dr. Pepper. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, a couple of cold beers.
Box
in there.
got a little ragged, things like that. That was just a carrying device for your liquor. Is
I
what
got
that
you.
was.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So she's trying to get these two, Bobby and Hank, to bottle beer.
I'm sure there was a time where it probably wasn't. Where it was probably a very common thing. Probably like back in the day where teachers were like smoking cigarettes and drinking a beer on their breaks.
Look at Mad Men.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Actually, I'm pretty sure this bottling wand
He just needed a new bottling wand. That's all he needed.
You know, many things make a great beer, Dad.
I love how he teaches him how
I served 12
many things make a great beer.
which I had to narrow down from 20 by considering notes, texture, umami.
Mine has hops.
5.7, by the way. Oxidation.
my beer has hops.
I love that.
I do too.
All beer has hops, bread has wheat, and candy has sugar. What a talk down he gives him.
I like it. I kind of like him knowing a little bit more about something that Hank likes
Yeah,
than
that's
Hank
true.
does,
That's true.
because he seems to have a really good grasp of the information for sure.
Why is she always wearing those shorts? That's a different thing too, right? She's always got
Well,
those shorts on.
Menopause.
Maybe so. She got them hot flashes,
she's letting the cat breathe.
especially on her knees. Her knees get real hot.
Yeah.
Learning, sharing, and drinking.
And then naming it after their favorite woman in the world.
It's always her idea.
I like this episode how they both look at each other anytime Peggy's being Peggy. now that Bobby's an adult,
Yeah.
him and Hank can kind of hit the same wavelength on
That's
that.
true.
When he was a kid, they couldn't, but now that that he's an adult, they can both look at each other and like, yeah, mom's nuts.
Yeah, they both understand
Mom's
at
nuts.
this point. All right, so Hank's in there putting beer in his bottles. Pale ale, stout, pilsner.
That question is no. I've already made a true blue American beer. Kind of tastes like Alamo.
You mean
So he wants to make a beer that already exists.
Which
Basically.
I've tried to get Alamo,
Yeah.
and they've got stocking issues
Oh, I'm sure they do.
right now. Well, what it was is when they went to market.
Uh-huh.
I want to say there was some technical issues at the plant
Oh, okay.
as far as bottling the beer. And
Yeah.
They had some delays, and I don't think they also anticipated how much they would actually sell, like right away.
I'm telling you, man.
Which is kind of true, I guess. Gauging, we'll talk about the marketing
There's-
blitz here in a
There's
little
probably
bit.
people in there buying cases and cases,
But it's just it's kind of crazy how much they've sold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. All right, so Bobby's upset because he's making a boring beer.
boring?
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 If this beer was a car,
I do like that quote. If this beer were a car, it'd be a
blue
car.
car, yeah.
Everybody knows what you're saying at that point.
The accountant of beers.
The accountant of beers.
Make a better beer than this. Nowadays, Dad, they're
Fruitier.
more sturdy.
Hank's.
I've been drinking beer for 40
Oh,
years.
what a great quote.
Never wished once that it tasted more like fruit.
World has
Well, ain't that the truth?
I don't really like
I never wanted my beer
the
to
only
taste like fruit.
IPAs that are like are citrusy IPAs.
Yeah. Well, I never drank IPAs because I thought they were just way too bitter and crappy. So
I never went and sought it out, but if I was in a situation like my brother-in-law, he's a real big like cigar and like whiskey and alcoholic beverage. Like he's not a drunk, but like whenever me and him go out, it's let's do the flight. Let you order you order this tappa and I'll order this tappa so we could try everything. And he's like, well, I'll order this entree, he orders this entree, and I'll cut off a piece and he'll cut off a piece. Like he likes to try everything he could try. So
I was in a box.
I've tried a lot of those weird beers.
I was in a box that's full of convinced that people pretend to like IPAs.
Nah,
And
there
that
are some decent. There are some good ones. I'm not even really a beer drinker. I like whiskey and scotch more than like the whiskey world.
I don't
like
drink
anything.
anymore, but when I did IPAs, I would avoid them like the friggin' plague. They taste like earwax to me. I just don't like it.
There's some that are all right.
and-
Like I've tried a lot of them, and a lot of them are bad. But every
What
now
it-
and again, you hit one that's all right.
What it feels like to me is that kids grew up thinking about beer and thinking beer is supposed to be funky. And when they got to the age where they could actually drink it, they made this beer that tasted the way they think it ought to taste.
Yeah.
The sours and all that other stuff.
I'm not big on that either.
Blah.
Like I said, citrusy ones I'm all right with. I don't mind a little orange flavor, or because Shiner does their summer series of beers that are really
grapefruit one
good.
wasn't bad.
That are really good. It's just
So
a lot of that IPA shit is nasty. It's a
I
little
love
hoppy.
I love how the fence, the alley has grown. So it's Hank and Bill and what is this guy's name? The new guy, the guy that stayed in there? Brian, Boomhauer, the kid, Dale, Bobby, and Joseph.
And
That's
they both have a
crazy.
beer too. is
Yeah,
what I
it's
like.
crazy, right?
Yeah, they're both got a beer in their hands.
So the little kid's the only one that
He doesn't have a
it's
beer.
something Junior. What's his name?
Oh,
It's something Junior.
I had his name right here. Yeah. Steven, maybe.
Okay,
Actually, his name isn't on this list.
that's okay. It's something
know
Junior.
why it's
Somebody will
not.
tell us here in a second. But yeah, they're all out there drinking Hank's free beer.
There's like Steve or something like that.
And the kid feels left out.
Very great. Man, that one down. Great beer, man.
Everybody likes it, but Bobby and Joseph.
Their alleyway beer, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Bill. Hey, there's a home brewing contest in Dallas a few weeks from now. You and Bobby would win it for sure. I went to one of those beer
So
contests once. I thought it was a contest for how much you could drink. I drank 47 beers before I got kicked out.
His neck.
Bill
is
drank
so
47 beers.
fat. Bill has thyroid issues. I think it's funny that he's lost all that weight though.
Yeah, it was pretty
By
quick.
the second season,
Yeah,
he's
it's pretty quick.
He's still overweight, more than usual.
Trust me, possum urine tastes far
worse.
worse.
That's what you should do. We should get a shirt that has a possum pissing on it.
It just
and it
says,
just says
trust
possum
me,
urine
possum
tastes
urine
far worse.
tastes far worse.
We gotta get on that. That's funny. Luke Jr., not Steve. It's Luke.
Luke Jr.
Yeah.
And she made case, what'd she call him?
Casey Diaz or something.
Casey Diaz,
Yeah.
Case Ideas or something like that. Luke Jr. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, Artie. So they're sitting here eating their Casey Diaz while they're talking about the beer. I think it's funny that Bobby runs this high-end restaurant, but he comes home to eat this.
Oh, his mom's
But that's usually like what chefs do, you know?
Oh,
they'll go get
my sister's dad is a executive chef. He was an executive chef over a place called Bredbury Hall for like 20, 25 years. And he has always been slightly overweight and always had bad eating habits.
Right.
He cooks some of the best food in the area of the place, like a 5-star, type quality food, like service and food. You can't go in there unless you got a suit and tie on type food.
Yeah.
And all he wanted was frozen chicken fingers and shit like that. Like
I think
just
that's-
a bunch of frozen food and stuff.
And
Well, what
can-
it is, it comes from that thing is like if you're a landscaper and you mow all day and you landscape all day and you come home, do you really want to landscape and mow all day at home?
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm sure they do, but it's just that mentality of bringing work home with you.
It comes back
if he's got to prep a meal and cook a meal and do all that, it's like being at work again.
It comes back to physician heal thyself kind of thing. You know, they take care of everybody else but themselves. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
All right, so he's telling me they're going to go to this brewing expo
in
Dallas,
which I imagine doing something in Dallas would probably draw a large crowd.
Oh, sure.
And you're going to get Texans not just from Dallas. You're going to get Texans from all over the hill country and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
And remember, guys, the reason why Texas has this brew culture, has this barbecue culture, it all comes back to that German Czech thing.
Yeah. German's huge influence on
massive in Texas culture.
Yeah.
If you think about it, Lockhart, where the barbecue place is in Lockhart, that's all German. Lano, Cooper's and all that, that's all German. Wahlberg, that's all German.
Yeah. Wahlberg's German as hell.
New Braunfels, German.
Yep.
Georgetown,
German. To a certain degree, yeah. A lot of German influence. So the fact that they picked that for part of Bobby's restaurant is pretty genius.
Yeah, it is, and that's it's spot on with like historical accuracy and stuff.
Well, Bobby's telling him that he needs to make a better beer, something that he can't really be associated with this plain ass alleyway beer.
Yeah,
nuanced beers that tell stories.
They just need a fridge to keep them cold.
That's absolutely true.
Nobody likes a warm beer. The end.
That is true, Bobby.
That's hard to argue with. People don't like a warm beer.
It is hard to argue with because beer, the only beers that are meant to be drank cold are American Pilsners. Like the shit beer that is made in America that's mass produced that everybody drinks, Bud Lights, all that stuff. All that beer is it's meant to be served cold because that's the best way. It kills all the bullshit flavor. If you drink it cold, it fucks you with your taste buds to a point where you can't taste how shit the beer is. But like if you drink a Guinness Stout, you want that at a cellar temperature, which a cellar temperature isn't the same as the 32-degree beer, 33-degree beer they want to sell.
Bubba's 33.
Bubba's 33. That's exactly
that's why
like that. Yeah,
that's why the 33.
That's why it's a 33-degree beer because it's not that good of a quality beer. Even really with like the Mexican beers, which I think are a better quality beer than like Bud Light and all that, like Dos Equis.
Well,
Modelo,
even though they're owned by the same companies at this point.
They're good cold too, but they don't have to be cold. I could drink a warm Corona. I cannot drink a warm Bud Light.
There was a lot of time that a nice ice cold beer was really freaking hit the spot though. And so, it's a different drinking experience. I get it, and I understand that not all the beer's great quality, but
Artie's right. He said beer's been made long before there was ever a refrigeration process.
Sure. Yeah.
Which he's right. Yeah, early man. Like once we saw somebody eating something fermented, we were like, "Damn, he's kind of loopy." Let us go there and eat that little fermented fruit or whatever it is.
Instead, let's go eat that thing. And just fill
that's
it
how
up.
it happened.
Ass.
And then in Mesopotamia, we started growing grains and stuff like that. And
all right, so they said that nobody likes a warm beer. Peggy agrees.
Look, I'd like to enter with you, Dad. It's just that in Dallas, with my restaurant, I can't have my name associated with a beer like this.
I need Bobby to grow out his goatee. That's a lot of little whiskers.
I think he's trying to grow it out.
He's probably one of those guys that just doesn't grow very much facial hair, you know?
Or he might grow a lot. It's just stubble from shaving.
Maybe.
Seeing as how it likes to tell stories.
So now Bobby's Story beer and Hank's Alley Boys beer is going to go up against each other at the contest.
The odds of a Peggy Ale winning just double.
And, of course, that's all she can worry about.
Is somebody winning.
Well, no, not
them
just that.
calling her
Somebody
beer,
naming it after her, yeah.
So Bobby's entering the beer in the contest.
I
Peggy
love
with a
that
bottle of
she's
water.
standing in the alleyway and everybody hates it.
Well, her feet there are adequate
No.
sized, but there's one where she's just in socks and her feet don't look very big.
Yeah.
Competition between father and son.
It's just a friendly competition where the father will kick his son's ass.
Yeah.
Old guns to show these spoiled youngins how to make a proper beer.
There we go. Proper beer.
I should get 2 big lady feet tattooed, and they should say Peggy's
God, her
feet.
feet do kind of look small there, though.
They
don't
do,
they?
like, not as
Yeah.
big as you would think or what you would like.
Those aren't
expect.
size 17s.
Yeah. No, they look about the same size as everybody else's out there, though.
I love how they're in the middle of a conversation, and Dale's thing is like, "What is Peggy doing in the alley?"
Yeah.
It's just, that's his biggest problem.
And then she says, "Retired Peggy's doing anything she damn
does
well
anything
pleases."
she damn well pleases. That's
Yeah.
right. And of course, Bill likes it.
Oh, of course, Bill likes it.
All the dang old ladies and kids out, man. Luke Jr. been asking me about wanting to drink beer. I told my old man, let me drink my first beer. When I was up, man, I took my bike and I slammed right in the dang old park car.
Yeah, I remember when Cotton let me taste my first beer.
Cotton.
Took our beers onto the roller coaster.
Oof.
It was too short to ride on the tilt-a-whirl.
That's a nice little callback. How
Yeah.
short he was. He
And
couldn't
then,
ride the
and then we
tilt-a-whirl.
get Men finally
Oh, yeah.
looking as good as ever.
Min looks literally, she's the best looking one on here
Yeah,
as far
least
as like
changed.
age goes.
I think Nancy reminds me of like Pamela Anderson in her new era of not wearing makeup.
Nancy, I did not recognize at first.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. She because like I saw pictures of Pamela Anderson with her new because
Yeah.
she's going all natural now, where she's not wearing because
Yeah.
she said, I've been held to these ridiculous beauty standards my entire career. She goes, now I just want to accept me as myself and be who I want to be.
I mean, good for her.
And no, good for her. And she's still beautiful.
Yeah.
Even without all that stuff, she's a naturally beautiful person. I think she's more beautiful in her old age, accepting aging. Not a lot of these people that are in the position that she's in age gracefully or accept
Sure.
age. They go and they do so much modification and stuff to try to be young. Even Dolly Parton, as beautiful of a woman as she is, she's done surgery to maintain
She's more plastic
an
than flesh at this point. Yeah.
element of youth. And I
Yeah.
feel like Pamela Anderson, coming from that world of high standards of beauty, she has rejected that now, kind of thing. I kind of think that's cool. And that's what Nancy reminds me of. She's always reminded me of a Pamela Anderson.
I just love that she is like at this age now where she's tracksuit and hair up. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
big hairdo and tracksuit kind
Yeah.
of thing. She looks like a real estate agent at this point.
She does.
You know?
She does, definitely.
Shut up, Dale!
Hey, Bobby. Hey, Jane. I talked
Uh,
to Dad about you entering a beer into that Dallas contest. Oh, yeah?
And I told him I thought it was a...
Chain is a real dick
Is a real
in
dick.
this. I mean, he is a dick.
This is pretty much like his dad giving him a business so he could become successful.
Oh, sure.
And
Yeah.
make money from it. It's like his dad's facilitating everything, but everything's in like Chain's name and his dad's name.
I love
And
Bobby's
Bobby's got a percentage of it because Bobby was like Bobby at one scene is probably in this episode
Uh-huh.
where he talks about he makes the same amount as the guy that works for
Oh,
him.
that's a different one. That's the one
That's
I
a
watched
different
last
one.
night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Nah, it's whatever.
I already told you.
I mean, why would he go back there and tell Bobby how stupid an idea it is? He doesn't have to do that. Hashtag shitty chain.
Yeah.
He said we could then market and sell the
That's the only thing. They just want to be able to sell their own beer.
to make sure you win.
Really? Wow.
That thing says they put $7,000 into it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Created at a restaurant.
Whatever. Let me know when you make your first batch so I can bring over my buddies to taste it. Give you some
Yeah. He wants to bring his buddies.
Sure, I guess some feedback wouldn't hurt.
I mean,
Yeah, my buddy
it's a
Tyler. He knows a lot.
it's a good idea to get feedback on something, but
Beers one night and then ran down a hill without falling.
Yeah, I like that. My buddy knows a lot about beer. He drinks 16 beers and ran
went down a hill without
Yeah.
falling. And then the other thing is Chain sticking his finger in all the food.
Yeah, he's just poking
He's
everything.
just a dipshit.
Yeah,
I
he
don't
is.
like this guy at all.
Nah,
I mean, I
I
know
didn't
we're
really
not
like him
supposed
at-
to, but
I didn't
still.
like him originally anyway.
Yeah,
He's
he was
definitely
always a
supposed
dick.
to be the anti-hero
Yeah.
or the villain.
You've watched all of these, right?
Yeah.
Do we get a dually?
Not that I remember.
God, I would love to see
I watched them all
Dooley.
that one night. I haven't watched them since.
I would love to see Dooley
So
grown up.
I'm not sure if we get a dually. I don't think
Oh,
there's a dually.
God, a grown up
I don't
Dooley would be
remember a
great.
dually.
And you know what he ought to be doing? He ought to be teaching school.
That would be funny.
Yeah, Dooley
became a
should be a
teacher?
teacher. Yeah,
That would be great.
maybe like a PE teacher or a shop teacher or
Yeah.
something like that.
No, I think it would be even funny if he was like a high school math teacher or something
Yeah,
like that.
maybe.
I think that would be great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like an academic.
The answer's 4. You
Yeah.
know, that kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Oh, the answer's yeah. I heard your mom divorced your dad. Yeah.
Wasana Song Ale. No thanks.
Yeah. Well, we can ask my dad. Ted.
God, what a dipshit this guy is. He's always bringing up his dad.
Always.
Near beer.
It's near beer, no alcohol, according to the ATF, if you trust them. Probably a native.
According to the
Yeah.
ATF.
Probably has napalm in it like Doritos.
Kid loves it.
You could take a lot of Dale quotes and put them on T-shirts.
Oh, yeah, you can.
And do cool pictures. Like
I wouldn't mind having a picture
nacho
of
on
him
fire.
just drinking near beer like that and it coming out of his mouth. That would
Yeah.
be great, too. Kid,
that
just,
laugh. Dale's laugh.
kid got hit and passed out, and all they can do is laugh at him.
That's great.
So when
That's a good
Hank
scene. I love this scene.
when Hank pours in the hops there at
Yeah.
that one, it reminds me of the Breaking Bad scene when when Walt's putting the money into the dryer to tumble it and stuff. It kind of looks like that.
When he got blood on it, he had to wash it.
Uh-huh. Well, he was just trying to make it look like old money. Love Connection with Chuck Woolery. Wild Armadillo Brewery they're visiting.
Wild Armadillo.
Ping pong.
And
Lots
it
of
looks just
TVs.
like if you walk
Oh,
into
yeah.
any brewery in Austin, that is exactly what they look like.
Oh, yeah.
Industrial, pipes everywhere.
Uh-huh. But
some type
selling
of
all the
ping
merch.
pong,
Yep.
shuffleboard.
Selling all the
They've
merch.
got the T-shirts, with all
cornhole.
and then some of them are even so fancy that they have even designed their own cups. Like
Sure.
most major beer companies.
Yeah.
If you're not a beer drinker, you don't understand this phenomenon or know about it. But what it is a beer company will design a cup that their beer is quote unquote supposedly best drank out of that cup kind of thing.
Yeah.
They design it for their beer.
You know,
or whatever.
there's one here in town that does that same thing. They've got like the fluted cups at the top kind of thing, so
Yeah.
that airs it out and blah,
Yeah,
blah,
there
blah,
was
blah.
there's the pubs in England are really like big on that. Like a lot of the pubs you go to, whatever beer you order, they bring you a cup specific to that manufacturer. So there's this one, it's called Delirium, and it's got a pink elephant on it.
Mhm.
And I was at it's like a board game and drink place
Gotcha.
in England.
Yeah.
And when they brought the cup had these tiny pink elephants
Yeah.
on the cup because the Delirium brand is the pink elephant from Dumbo, like the floating pink elephant.
Yeah.
That's kind of what their brand is.
Also from Harper Valley PTA.
Yeah.
You ever seen that movie?
No, but I've heard the song a lot.
You should watch that movie. It's got Jeannie in it, from I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh yeah.
She's the main mother, that's fighting against the PTA.
Yeah.
But there's one guy who's a drunk and he keeps seeing pink elephants everywhere.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
I have to check that out. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a place here in town called Dancing Bear, and it's a Dancing Bear pub. And they do things all the time with all these beer companies who come in and give away free glasses and
Oh,
stuff
that's
like
cool.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
I collected many of them. I collected a lot of cups from a lot of bars, but these were legal. So. I love how it's like it's supposed to be like a family-friendly place too. It's
Most of those places,
not a bar.
Most of those places do advertise as
Yeah.
family friendly.
Well, I mean, they had the claw machine with all the
and they
stuffed
always
animals
offer some
in it.
type of food too. Yeah, some type of like
in the
easy food.
in the claw machine. There was a blobfish, which is
I mean, in Austin, you could throw a rock and hit 10 of them.
oh sure.
There's a lot of them. That was the industry that I was working in, not beer but wine. So I was delivering to breweries and stuff. There was one in on the east side. I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's in this really old industrial building from
Right.
like the early 1900s.
Uh-huh.
And they've renovated it out and turned it into a brewery. But when you walk in, it's not. And that's what a lot of these breweries do. A lot of these microbreweries is everything is available to the customer to see the whole manufacture process. So when you walk into the bar or this particular one I'm talking about, it starts with an F or something. I think I can't remember. But you walk in, and when you walk in, on either side of you are these big, massive vats.
Mm-hmm.
So you're walking into this establishment, but you get to see and then you see guys hosing stuff down and like
Sure.
cleaning or working. So while you're there experiencing their food, because they do pizzas and stuff,
Right.
while you're experiencing their food and their beer, you also can experience the actual process of how it's made while it's going on, kind of thing. So I think that's kind of neat.
Well, Southern Roots Brewery
They do
here
that
in
kind of
town,
thing
they
too, don't
they
they?
do a pretty good job of walking that line where it's not so trendy. It's a pizza place and a brewery. And they do a really good job because honestly their pizza's very good. So
Yeah, you're talking about that place that's over there where
Yeah.
they shut down the
yeah,
street.
yeah,
that
it's the
one
one we
day
do
or whatever.
the block party
Yeah,
with
right
and all
there.
that other stuff.
No,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
do have phenomenal pizza.
They're-
I had some of their pizza.
They're
yeah.
good friends, and they know what they're doing. And now they have, I think, 4 different locations. Like they've got Waxahachie and Killeen, and
Oh, I didn't know they
yeah,
expanded that far.
tons of them.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, and he's a veteran who was in for quite a while. And
He's got to be
and
making a good beer to expand.
He does.
You can't expand it unless you're making a good product.
Well, they made
and you're doing the right thing
we
to
were
get it out
talking
there.
about Alamo beer, right?
Yeah.
They made an Alico beer.
For the
based
Alico.
on the Alico. I've got a 6-pack sitting in the conference room in there
I'll have to check that out
that they
when I
gave
walk
us.
out.
Yeah, it's
that's
kind of cool. It's probably going to bust at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, so sitting on this flight of beers, we have Devious Triplets Dark Ale, Broken Promises Porter, and Peppered Peter Porter, which I don't like that one at all.
I don't like the way it sounds.
Peppered Peter Porter.
Yeah, it's too much.
Stout's supposed to taste like medicine.
That's true. Is this stout supposed to taste like medicine?
Yeah.
He says he's chewing it. A burn pile.
That's funny.
I love how long it takes this guy to try to figure out whether he has any beer that tastes like beer.
No.
Artie says he hates the handlebar mustache the most
Oh, it's the
of
mustache.
the guy that's pretending to be a bartender. Now you got 3 kids on the side of the road drinking near beer. Oh, Peggy's inserting herself.
I saw him in the alley drinking non-alcoholic beer with some other kids.
And I think that what
Who's she
Boomhauer
whispering
says,
for?
I think Boomhauer's answer is hilarious. He's like, it's just a dang old phase,
Just dang
man.
old phase, man.
And he's like, they're all in their mid-50s, and they're still standing in the alley drinking beer. So
yeah, they're still going through their phase.
yeah, just dang old phase.
Dang old phase, man. Like,
Dang dinosaurs and Legos and,
Lego,
dang old video games.
Just cute, man.
Yeah, that's great.
A non-alcoholic drinking problem.
That's
If she doesn't
that's a
have something,
sentence.
she just makes it up.
Well, that's why somebody emailed me and said the writing sucks, and I think that right there is a sign that the writing doesn't suck.
The writing does not suck. Oh
yeah.
my God, the writing is the reason we watch
The
this
writing
show.
is the best part. I'll read that email on the Friday
The
episode.
writing
for
is
Friday.
fantastic.
Yeah, I'm gonna read that. That's gonna how we're gonna start Friday's episode.
All right, so we're in the alley of Robota Chain.
It's nice, Bobby. It's kind of
So
complexual.
complexual. So we got
Complexual.
Joseph and Chain and his 2 buddies, the ones who can drink 16 beers and not fall down a hill, all testing Bobby's beer that he's made especially for this contest.
I'm imagining that means it's complex and it's sexual. It's complexual.
It's just Joseph. Joseph's an idiot. He
Yeah,
always
he
has
is.
been, but he's a lovable idiot. And he is an excellent friend of Bobby's. I will tell you that.
Good friend.
Those 2 have always been really good friends.
and that shows why they're in their 20s and still friends.
yeah, I love how they're roommates at this point.
Yeah, I do
think it's
too.
cool.
It does perfectly describe your relationship with women.
It describes your
Yeah, I like-
relationship with
see.
complexual.
Yeah. Complexual.
And see, I think the issue with these guys thinking the beer tastes different now is just the fact that it was a surprise that he had made it to begin with, and they thought, oh, great, he can actually make a beer. And now they're drinking it the second time, and they've heard all the stuff about how it needs to be fancy and fruity and this and that.
You know, earlier you mentioned how quick the family unit
Yeah,
came back together.
yeah.
I think the great thing about it is how quick the 4 guys all came back together.
Oh, yeah.
Because,
They never
you
missed a
know,
beat.
being gone a long time, sometimes after you're gone for a really long time and you bump into somebody again, it's always, sometimes
Sure.
it's awkward as fuck, and you're like, oh, yeah, there's a reason why we haven't really fucking communicated or connected. But these guys, it's like, there's a few of these people I have in my life, too, where I could go a year or 2 without talking to you,
Right.
but if I bump into you, it's like I never
The suggestion here is that they didn't talk at all while he was gone.
Yeah, it almost suggests that.
Yeah, because he would have known about Bill.
Maybe, yeah, for sure.
Because he obviously never talked to Bill. He didn't know that.
Hank just doesn't seem like the guy that's going to call somebody up and say how you're doing. There's this trend on social media right now that
he
I've
didn't know
noticed.
Dale ran for mayor. I mean,
yeah. There's this trend on social media where it's like grown men calling other grown men like they're friends, and they're just like, "Hey man, I just wanted to call you and tell you good night." And the friend on the other end of the phone's like, "What? Are you all right? Are you dying? Or like, what's going on?"
That's the only reason I'd ever call you and tell you good night.
Yeah.
All right, so Bill is very concerned.
It would be ominous if somebody called me to tell me good night. I'd be like, "What? Are you good? What's going on?"
I love how Bill says, "I'm going to put that on your tombstone about fine." Yeah. He goes, "Fine," and Hank's like, he's good with that. He's good with fine. Here lies fine.
Just so long as we beat your dad and my dad. And my dad wins. Beat all dads. Their generation messed up the climate.
This guy's such a dipshit.
I like this guy here. Both of my dads are always disappointed in me. I love that so much. It's such a good line. That's what they say. The writing's not good. That's another sign. That's great. That's hilarious.
Here's his buddy Tyler, who doesn't fall down a hill.
I can't see myself drinking more than 4 or 5 of these in one night.
Only 4 or 5.
That's the business model you want. I'm not tasting anything past the 10th one anyway.
That's true.
I like how it's flipped. So Bobby's feedback is you need to make him more of an American. I want to drink 1 million of them.
And then all his friends.
And then the other
opposite.
guys are like, oh, it needs to be fancy at this point.
I can only see myself drinking about 4 or 5 of these in a night. Yeah.
Says you want to have a beer that you feel in your nutsack.
Yeah, whatever that means.
Beer you can feel in your nutsack.
Your nutsack. Nutsack.
Remember, Hank, your beer is our generation's last line of defense against these young punks.
What the fuck? What does that even mean? Your beer is the last line of defense against these young punks.
I don't know. I don't get that one.
They're the dinosaurs. Why would the dinosaur government make a virus that made themselves go extinct?
I don't know.
Yeah. Old gun flavor. God, that's dark.
That is dark.
Ask Bill. He's the only one that ever put a gun in his mouth. Oh. Uh-oh. I do enjoy the fact that they're playing Tom Petty.
I do.
Because there's
like
your
that.
lucky.
Yep.
I'm
sure that's intentional.
Measuring, mashing.
I'm sure that's very intentional.
They are both working really hard on these beers. They're reading books about it. They're staying up late thinking about it. They're working hard on getting their beer ready to go. And here we go. Fine.
Yeah.
Bill. Dale suggests killing Bobby. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
Do you want me to kill Bobby? Okay.
Yeah, Artie said they changed the language line to nutsack. Peggy saying, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
wouldn't have been considered before.
But...
Well, that was something they had mentioned. Because that I want to say one of the showrunner or somebody had mentioned that in an interview or something somewhere. But they said that it's different. Yeah, with there is a little more language and a little more freedom because they're not confined to Fox. If you don't know where the name Fox comes from, it's actually a silent film theater. I want to say his name was William Fox. It's where the Fox name comes from. He was a big theater owner back in the day. He owned silent theaters. And he wanted to get into making his own movie because he was making a fortune in the silent theater deal. So he wanted to start making his own films. Yeah. So he made a film company and started making his own films. And then at one point in the industry, he ends up dying broke and pushed out of his own business. So all the Fox name and everything was from a guy who used to literally just have silent movie theaters in the early days of Hollywood, when Hollywood was just farms and a barn in the early 10s, 20s. He was one of the originators of like original Hollywood, but he died broke. And the reason why he died broke was he was insufferable. No, he was insufferable as a human being. And once you start corporatizing your own businesses and you remove yourself further and further away from it, and now you're on a board, you can get pushed out. So this guy had amassed at that time in the 30s, whenever they pushed him out, he was worth the equivalent of probably hundreds of millions of dollars in today's money. But I just thought it was funny because I never knew where the name Fox came from. But I watched it's a Netflix documentary if anybody wants to go watch it.
That's what I was going to ask you.
It's all about Hollywood.
That one that just came out.
Yeah, it's all about the.
That's interesting.
It's all about the original Hollywood, and what it does is it pretty much touches on major key things like the beginning of full-length feature films, the beginning of talkies, the transition, and how the transition killed a lot of silent movie careers.
It does look pretty cool. Yeah,
watch
it.
it.
I would probably
You'll like it.
that.
Yeah, it's good.
It's
a little cheesy how the presentation is, but it's a lot of really good information.
The one I was watching last night, we get the phrase side dick, which I thought was a little weird for a King of the Hill episode.
Side dick, yeah, that is
dick.
kind of weird, yeah.
All right, so they're outside of the judge's home looking at
already 20th Century Fox, but even before 20th Century Fox, it was just him, Fox Movie Pictures.
Does it make anybody...
When he merged with 20th Century Fox, that's when he ends up eventually getting pushed out of the business.
It always makes me feel weird where I still see 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, because we're in the
way
different
past
century
it. So
now,
they're making old movies. All right, here we go. So we got the night goggles. Him and Joseph both.
Get.
And the fact that Joseph's just smoking
a cigarette with his dad. You know,
it
reminds me of smoking my first cigarette with my dad.
Will Lipner, a.k.a. the Kingmaker. Is he talking about things that would compromise his position?
Compromat.
I've never heard that word.
It's pretty much, it's like, be what a phrase the KGB would use, but it's just compromising material.
Yeah. That's kind of what I thought, but I just used, context clues to come up with it because I had never heard the word compromat.
Yeah.
So they're both looking through the garbage for compromat. And by the way, when did he change his hat? Because now it just says bait shop.
Oh, yeah. It's not Mac anymore,
there's no more Mac. Yeah, it just says bait shop.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't notice that.
I mean, I'm assuming hats wear out,
Yeah, but he got him a bait shop hat. Oh, you know what it is?
The
trend of people all wearing the damn Bass Pro Shop. That's what it is.
God, I get sick of seeing those hats.
There's a lot of them out there. And it's funny because it's a thing where it's like white kids were wearing Bass Pro Shop hats 15, 20 years ago, and then like street culture picked it up, and then it was just, and now it's like everywhere.
Well, I like to see the fact that Joseph is such a weird character too, because he lives in two different worlds.
I like that he's like his dad.
He lives in two different worlds, you know, because anytime Redcorn shows up, he's fully on that side for the most part.
I like that scene where he says, "I'm the only white guy on the road crew."
Yes, that's right. All right, one of the judges.
Who looks like
a house.
That right there is amazing. You see that?
Yes, because that's what Dale is.
That's like a Dale thing where he jumps in the trash bag and
Very
whips
much.
it over himself and then
He
rolls.
just rolls into the trash bag.
Yeah, perfect.
Joseph been watching. They'll never know it was me in this dead bug truck.
Yeah, this massive van with
Bobby brings his laundry every time.
I like this. This is funny.
No, that's kind of a shitty thing for him to say, though.
I think it's hilarious. Well, because they're
I know they're feuding now because they're fighting over the beers and stuff,
and they're fairly young to be completely
That's true. Yeah.
Completely retired and jobless. They're fairly young.
That's true.
So he is a little jealous.
He says, "You jealous?"
Because he's gonna have to work when he's 50.
Hank is jealous because he would love to have that job.
he would.
Yeah. Now they're checking each other for nerves to see if anybody. That I love right there, because when they said it the first time and I was watching it and Peggy goes, I've never been to a brewing contest, and they go, none of us have, and they both say it.
Yeah.
That's a very good example of what you were talking about, where they both identify.
Everybody's
now.
like, yeah, you're just
They're like,
bad shit.
Yeah, Peggy, we get it. We've never been either. It's not about you. Uh-huh. Peggy Ale.
Well, actually,
Uh-oh.
I named my beer Alley Guy's beer.
Oh, no. Poor Peggy.
In?
Yes. Why? What are you insinuating?
Nothing. But you'll find that the garage door is locked, Bobby.
So he thinks that Bobby's going to go in and pick out his
Yeah.
beer and try to steal his secrets and
I think it's
stuff.
funny that he told him that the garage.
Well, the other thing is, when he got up to pee and he says again, all I can think is, does Bobby have the narrow urethra as well?
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah.
And we won't be able to tell the difference.
Well, I'm off to get a
Bobby says Hank's beer
Piss
is as
beer.
good as piss. Yeah. Yeah.
celebrating when my beer wins.
By drinking my beer.
Toast to the winner.
That's a lot of orange juice.
May the best man win.
May true taste be the
May true taste be the victor. I've never seen them as mad at each other as they are.
We all love each other so much.
Ugh. Crush their orange cups.
My bad, Mom.
You know, here's the weird thing to me, that this thing is on Hulu and they take so many commercial breaks.
Oh, like the
Yeah, the little
transitions?
transition thing.
Yeah,
It's where you would insert a commercial.
yeah.
But I don't know if that's because they think maybe later.
Maybe they
that'll
could switch
happen.
scene. Maybe they could switch scenes more. Well, that's the thing is they're still stuck on the traditional TV format. But maybe it allows them to switch scenes more often now because there isn't commercials.
I also wonder if you have like the lowest version of Hulu, if you're getting commercials there.
Yeah, anybody
Yeah,
out
maybe
there
that's-
that's broke as fuck and can't afford non-ad Hulu, let us know about your King of the Hill experience. Is there a lot of commercials?
It's true.
I don't know.
So we're at the Dallas-
I avoid commercials with the plague.
Boy, you're not kidding.
I will bootleg something before I watch commercials.
We are at the Dallas Homebrew competition. Big
Yeah, the
old
cheaper
nice
Hulu does
tin.
have commercials. I was in a box, and they're actually trying to fuck it up for people who even pay for the ad-free one, to where they're going to take away they're gonna call it not ad-free, but like low ads, like where you still get a couple of them,
I think they're going to see people leaving in droves at a certain
and they'll
point.
change that.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll last for long. They got to keep testing and figuring out how to make money. There's people's jobs
Sure.
on the line.
Sure.
Their job is to create more money.
This
So
competition is
they'll figure it
huge,
out.
though. They got all these tents, like vendor tents, and they've got like a giant Jenga and cornhole and a
well, they've got merch stores too for all
inflatable
these
bowl.
TV shows. Hulu's got their own merch store and stuff too.
Oh, sure.
And also, Peaky Blinders has a merch store where you could buy custom tailored suits that look like the Peaky
Really?
Blinders suits.
I like
Yeah.
how we can see all of them in line.
Yeah, I like that too.
That's kind of cool. It's a very small little
I did
detail.
a rewatch of Peaky Blinders, and that's
Yeah.
set in Birmingham,
Uh-huh.
and they use quite a bit of Ozzy Osbourne's music in it. Yeah, Hulu is going away. It's going to be Disney Plus completely
Yeah.
by January 2026,
Sure.
which there are like ESPN app will go away next, and it'll just be Disney
Who
Plus.
says beer fans like me, this kid?
Beer fans.
He's going to cut him off. I like how
Boomhauer.
the kid has an overbite.
I like his accent.
He's got a huge overbite.
Boomhauer.
It's almost like a Western here, where they meet and they're going to duel it out.
I
There's
want
a
to
guy
know who.
with another mustache.
I want to know who Adam Ray voices.
He's got a styrofoam cooler, one of the disposable ones, a little bitty American flag, and his signs taped to the cooler. And that's it. That's all he needs.
That's it.
It's all he needs. He doesn't need all that flash.
No.
I knew you since you were in diapers, and you was always a total loser.
If I was Hank, I'd knock him in the face for telling my kid he's a total loser.
Yeah, Adam Ray does a lot of voices from what I understand, in the whole 10 episodes.
Wig sauce, brah. Truckers. How is that an insult?
I don't know.
You're a trucker. I do like the fact that they did insert a little bit of the MAGA stuff there, where he says, "No matter what the results, I'm not going to accept it."
Yeah.
Bill's going to riot. Oh boy. Here's where we find out what Dale did.
Let's just say, in the judge's eyes, you're a hero for returning his lost dog.
His lost dog.
I kept the lost pooch in my truck, occupied eating boiled chicken livers.
Occupied eating boiled chicken livers. He kidnapped the guy's dog.
The judge thinks you did.
Thank you. He says the judge. I love the fact that they're so similar, because Joseph also did the same thing. You know, he didn't kidnap anybody. He just dug up a bunch of dirt on somebody.
The same thing Dale did. Yeah, blackmailed somebody.
And then the fact that he mentions, I can't believe how sloppy some people are at hiding their affairs. Oh, hey, it's John Redcorn.
Yeah.
It's very good timing. And John Redcorn's his receding hairline he's got going on here.
Oh, John Redcorn, yeah,
I love
he does.
the receding hairline. Young Gribble. We worked late and my hair got... She's obviously back on the John Redcorn train.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Here come the cops. Joseph and Dale take off because they don't want the cops
They
around.
did John Redcorn wrong with that hairline.
And
Yeah, I
it's really
agree.
just Dallas County. What's that?
He said they did John Redcorn wrong with that hairline. Hey, they got this thing that says show comments on stage beta. I clicked it. It shows it down there. In the
Yeah,
chat.
that's great.
That's
good.
cool. I didn't know
I
they
love
did that. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's good. So I don't have to click it every time. To
I
show
love
that
the
stuff.
fact that his hairline's receding.
No, I think
just
it's great.
love that.
I think it's great. And fun fact, Jonathan Joss' hairline was not receding. He had a head full of hair.
Yeah, no, I love that. Hey, blah, 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 blah. All right, so we got the judge over. He's wanting the story of the Alley Guy's beer. I really thought that Hank was going to come up with this inspiring story of his friends and things like that and win the competition because of the story that he didn't want to tell to begin with.
Yeah.
But it turns out a little different. What an idiot. Flavors and whatnot. That's obviously Stephen Root, right? As the judge.
Yeah, for sure. The legend.
Oh, he is a legend, man. I would love to talk to Stephen Root for 5 seconds. Respect for your elders. Oh, man. I just love that. Freshly cut lawn. Yeah, that would have saved it, Peggy. You dumbass. This is where I thought it would do it, you know. Marry my two loves, propane and beer.
But the sad part is, it could have been time spent doing something fun with my son.
This is what makes it feel like the old show.
This right here.
This
yeah,
right
yeah.
here.
Because it's
The
because we're in the last
Yeah.
2.5
Yeah.
minutes of the
Yeah.
show, and
Yeah.
Hank is having to come to
It's a come to Jesus.
Jesus little moment. It's a revelation.
I forgot how important my family was. It's we do everything together. We love each other. Yeah, here it is. Hank is honestly continuously improving himself.
Yeah, continuously, even in his age.
Yeah, that's true. So
And pause it real fast.
Yeah,
And that's one of the things that I think makes Hank like the quintessential dad, American dad
true.
figure is he's in his 50s.
Yeah.
And he still values the relationship with his son so much that he's willing to change how he thinks
Mhm.
as a 50-year-old man.
Yeah.
And that's growth.
Yeah.
Because a lot of 50-year-old men that's who they are, that's who they'll be, and that's it for the rest of the eternity of their existence.
This is the stuff that
Hank constantly is changing as a parent.
This is the stuff that we talk about a lot, where people don't give Hank enough credit. Because he is on a constant growth pattern. He is constantly improving
always
himself. He's
willing
always doing
to change.
things better. Yeah,
and that's why I don't. That's why when they say Hank is a conservative, it's really hard to say that he is, because he is one of the most progressive conservatives that you could ever see in TV, because he's always willing to change how he thinks. He's not stuck so hard into something.
Hank is about as purple as it comes.
Yeah.
He's just a normal guy trying to live his life, but he is willing to accept other people. He's not in a silo.
He's not political. He's logical.
That's true. That's a very good point. Yeah. I mean, I know he loves George Bush because of who he was, but I think he loves him more because he was a president than he loves him because he was who he was or certain
Yeah, because really, if you boil it down, he's a rich, entitled kid from Connecticut that did a bunch of cocaine and got some DWIs and escaped real responsibility most of his life, and didn't even really want to be in politics. He only did politics because he wanted his dad to accept him a little more, because, again, his dad was a hard-ass from World War II, a hard-ass pilot. Mm-hmm. So, the expectation, I'm sure, for George W. Bush was probably similar to the same expectations, almost like Hank Hill. So I feel like Hank Hill could relate to George W. Bush in that way.
Propane Man 9 says he got excited to meet Jimmy Carter too. That's
true.
He
did get excited to meet Jimmy Carter.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
But Jimmy Carter is he's the last Southern Democrat to be. Well, no, actually he's not, because what's his name was a Southern Democrat too.
Artie says Bill and Dale have been the same for 30 years. Boomhauer has grown. He has. And Hank is ever evolving. That's true.
Well, he was at a time. Jimmy Carter was at a time where the only time you were going to get a Democrat as president is somebody from the South.
Sure.
And I guess the same thing with Bill Clinton too, because he was a Democrat from the South,
which is insane.
Yeah. He was a peanut farmer, an honest man, probably the most honest president we ever had.
You're probably right about that.
Outside of Abraham Lincoln.
So
and I think Abraham Lincoln was fairly dishonest if you really go back and do some of the research on him.
So Hank pulled his beer. And now they're over at Bobby's, where he's got to tell a story. You can't have the same story. Hops fell out of the same tree. I like that. Yeah. Tyler, he's an idiot too. They both pull them.
Which is silly. I wish they would have. I wish one of them would have stayed so he could find out if they won or not.
It's okay. He gave it to Chang. Here, drink this, you idiot. Chill your glasses, mofo.
Which Chef Sue is a nod to the writer Jeremy Sue. He's the story editor.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and they both learn that you don't change things just because people. Drunk Peggy.
I like it, yeah. You see at the bottom it said slurring.
Uh-huh. She mixes both of them. Peggy!
She took the beer from her husband or son, mixed them together, spun it up, and called it Peggy's Ale. That's such a Peggy-ass thing to do, man.
Just getting drunk in the back of the
there
backyard.
We go. That's another good one. That took us a while.
Toby
but
Huss,
yeah,
Ashley Gardner, Jonathan Joss.
That was good.
Keith David. You were right about Keith David.
Adam Ray, see?
There he is.
And the Adam Ray thing is kind of crazy to me, but it makes sense. He's huge right now.
And we do get a yeehaw. We get a yell. No bell, but we got a yell.
I like Billy. I like the fact that he got Billy Strings. I love Billy Strings.
Yeah.
I've been listening to him for a long time. There's this one video of Billy Strings at a party, and there's this guy that's like tripping on mushrooms or something, and he's got this cigarette in his hand, and it's not lit, but the whole time Billy Strings is singing and playing, the guy's taking drags off this unlit cigarette the whole video. He keeps hitting the cigarette, but it's never lit.
I do love that part that they kept that in. The little the little callbacks at the end.
The callback at the end.
You heard me, little diaper boy. Well, there we go, guys. That's season 14, episode 2. Where'd I go? Blah, blah, blah says, I've been slowly watching, and the more I see, the more comfortable and more king. Yeah, it does. It very much feels like it.
No, it's good. You got to watch it slower, yeah. I sped through it, and I noticed a lot of things in this that I missed, so I'm going to have to go back and watch each episode a little slower. But, yeah, it's definitely well written, I think.
Says, I was in a box. Says, I love that they kept it real, and Bobby and Hank still didn't like each other's beer. Yep, I think that's a really good point. It's a great episode. It just feels so comfortable. All of it feels very, very comfortable, and I am super happy about that. And it also feels like the world has decided we're going to give this thing a chance again.
Yeah, no, I definitely like it.
They're very happy for it to be back.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching that along with us.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys.
Good God, we went an hour and a half.
Yeah, it went a while.
But thank you guys. And if you're in the chat or in the live, stick around for a Friday. We're going to do that real quick. And I think there's probably just one thing left to say.
Yeah, you can find us on all social media, BWAAAKOTH. You can go to YouTube and check us out. I'd appreciate it if you did. Go on YouTube and like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell so you can find out when we go live. And the last thing that I have to say is We Matanye.
We Matanye indeed. We'll see you guys on Friday. This has been a Rogue Media Network production.